Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm Talking Sense, David, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to set up a watch list within Excel. Now the first thing you need to do is just open a blank Excel spreadsheet like this, and depending on what version you are using, you may or may not have this functionality available to you. So you may need to upgrade, and there might be a downfall to this because I am using a paid annual subscription. So it's giving me full access to the functionalities that Excel has. So if you are using a pirated version or you have an outdated Excel and you haven't upgraded, you may not have this functionality available to you. So check that out. You can open up the Excel spreadsheet. On the tabs above, you can click on data, and if you see stocks and currencies, if you are able to select it, then you have full access to the functions. Now I'm going to create a South African top 40 watch list, but you can create a watch list for any respective industry or stock exchange, whether it's New York Stock Exchange or commodities industry or property industry. You can bring up the companies associated with that industry or that stock exchange. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just type 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to type 1, 2, 3 all the way. I'm sure most of you already know this. I can just pull down, and it will bring up all the numbers I need, and you see it's just brought up 3 for me. So I just click on this little symbol over here, drag it down, click on this little symbol here, and I can say fill series, and it brings up all the numbers that I need, so I don't have to type it in every time. That's the beauty of Excel, makes life a lot easier. And what am I going to focus on? I'm going to focus on the South African top 40 companies, right? South African top 40. You just write that. I'm not going to focus too much on the aesthetics of setting up the data. You can do that at the end once you've finished your spreadsheet. So what we need to do is go to data, have the stocks tab available. I'm going to bring up the top 40 companies. So let's start off with the banks. Let's use SBK. That's the ticker code for Standard Bank. I type in SBK, but nothing's happened, right? Now the beauty of the stock function is I can type SBK and I can click stocks, and it brings up Standard Bank for me. Now I can try that for FSR, which is First Rand. Nothing happens. I need to click stocks again, and it brings up First Rand. Now Excel is smart enough to realize that I'm now focusing on stocks, so I don't always have to click stocks to bring it up. Let's test that out. Let's type in NED, and it automatically brings Nedbank. I can type in ABSA, automatically brings ABSA. So you can see it brings it up for me. Sometimes I may encounter a problem where I type in CPI, which is Capitec Bank, and it might bring another stock exchange symbol up. And then you'll see an option where you can choose the correct stock exchange that you want to choose. So for now, it's bringing up the correct ticker codes for me. So I've got my 5 banks that I'm focusing on. Let's add 2 commodities. Let's go EXX, which is Exaro. Let's go SSW, which is Sibanya. Now all these companies here are in the top 40. You can also just Google top 40 companies and then get a list, or you can go to my Twitter. I've shared the top 40 companies, which you can type the names and then look for the symbols. I'll also just quickly share the screen for you. This is the finished product that you're going to create. I'll show you how to do that. Here are the top 40 companies at the time I made it. Here's the list of them. So once you've got it written down, you can look at the next top 5, because remember, market cap fluctuates. It's just a function of the share price times by ordinary shares. So some companies may enter or exit the top 40 over time, and companies may move up the list or down the list over time. So let's go back to our watch list. You can see that I've got my respective companies now at 1, 2, 3. So let's click on number 1, which is H3. Okay. And you'll see there's a little symbol here where it says insert data. Now Excel is going to extract data for Standard Bank from some respective site on the internet. Now it's important to cross-reference that information with another site, before you just 100% rely on the data that it gives you, especially if you're making an investment decision based on what you are bringing up here, or if you're wanting to write an article or create content. You're not going to just 100% rely on the information Excel brings you, thinking it's correct, and you haven't cross-referenced it and there's a discrepancy or it's not correct. So let's click on Standard Bank on the little symbol, and you'll see all these drop downs that it gives me. It gives me employees, how many employees they have. Again, you would have to cross-reference that with the financial statements or going onto the Standard Bank website to see if that's the actual number. So it gives you all the options of what information you want to pull. For now, we're going to just pull the market cap. So you can see the market cap is 300 billion. Now, I'm not going to do that for each stock. All I have to do is just pull that specific one down now, and it gives me the market cap for every respective company that I have. And I now know that that tab is going to be market cap. So I can just type market cap there. Okay. If I want to make it look more prettier, you can do so. Okay. So you can see now Standard Bank has got a 300 billion market cap. Now, whether that's correct or not, I don't know at this stage. I need to go and cross-reference that with something. So I could use Yahoo Finance. I could go on to the Standard Bank financial reports and download it and go through it and actually do the groundwork and have a look if that is accurate. Remember, it's just a function of the current share price by the outstanding shares. So if you want to look for outstanding shares, you would just look at the balance sheet of the company, and they will have their outstanding shares there. I'm just going to use Yahoo Finance for simplicity now. You can see that I'm under financials of Standard Bank. The current price is 176. And on their balance sheet, it shows me that their ordinary shares outstanding is over there. So I just times that with the share price, and I will get the market cap. Now I could create another tab here if I wanted next to it to type in my own market cap, for example, and then always just cross-reference with the actual data with what Excel is pulling up to see how accurate it is. But for now, I'm just showing you how to set it up. And let's just cross-reference FirstRand. It says it's got 375 billion market cap. Again, I could go to Trading View, click on FSR. There we go. That's the ticker symbol. And you can see the market cap that it has is 375 billion. So there you can see that it's pretty accurate. So most of the time it's very accurate. It might be off by 1 or 2 billion depending on which resource you are using to pull that. But for 100% accuracy, you would download the latest financial statements of the respective company, and you would go through their financials, look for their outstanding shares, and then the current share price of the day. Alright, so that's market cap taken care of. Now I can go back to Standard Bank number 1. I click on that same symbol, and what I want to do is I want the share price. I want to bring up how much it costs for that specific company. So you'll see there's price. I click on price and it gives me 17689. Now what is that? I need to now go and divide that by 100 to bring up the Rand price. And there you can see 176 Rand. If I go to Trading View, you can see there 176.91. So the share price is pretty accurate. Now I don't have to go to F&B, click the symbol and do the same process. All I have to do is just drag that down now, and it brings up all the current share prices of the company. Again, you would cross-reference it. So there we got share price. Now an important thing to remember is that you'll see the formula that I divided by 100. I wouldn't, let's say I take this 100 away and I just leave it how it was, 176, I wouldn't pull it down like that, because then what I would have to now go do is go and type 100 for each one to get the actual price. What I'm going to do is just type it once, the first time, finished, and then drag it down so all of them are correct. So I don't have to keep typing that formula in. So we got share price. Now I want to bring up PE ratio. So PE ratio, there we go, 7.6. I just drag it down and it brings up the PE ratio. Alright, then you just type there PE ratio so that you know what that column represents. Now the function that I like quite a bit also gives me some clarity of where the share price is sitting, especially if I want to use some technical analysis, for example, and I want to see. So I'd bring up my technical analysis and all my fancy lines. There it is. Now I use my Excel spreadsheet. I want to look at the 52-week high. Let's use 52-week high. There we go. Again, I need to divide that by 100 to bring me the Rand price. 199 Rand for Standard Bank. That's the 52-week high. That's not the current price. So it's important to use that there to show you that is the 52-week high, because that's what that data is pulling. Now I also want the 52-week low, and then I'm going to add that. So I go to Standard Bank, I click the symbol again, 52-week low, I divide that by 100, and it brings me, oopsie, what has happened here? Let's have a look at what I've done. Let's just take that away quickly. There we go. Okay, so it's brought the 52-week low. Let's try that again. Let's type there. That's why I'm in a tab. Here we go. I'm now there. Let's type that again. Divide by 100. And there's the 140. So all I have to do is just drag that down. There we go. So it shows me the lows. I can just make that red if I want. Red doesn't look too nice. Just make it a lighter orange. And the 52-week high, I can make that green if I want. Light green. And then this is the current share price. So now what I want to add extra is just what's the difference? How much higher is it from its low price? So its low price is 140 and its current share price is 176. So just by looking at it, I know that there's a 36 Rand. It's up 36 Rand. But what is that in percentage terms? So I'm going to use the formula X sum, open your brackets, your parenthesis, and I'm going to type there. You can see it says number 1. So you have to do a bit of maths here. Number 1 is I'm going to use 176. I'm going to subtract 140 from 176, and I'm going to close that brackets. That shows me the difference. You can see there's 36 Rand, but I want that in percentage terms. So the starting number in this case is 140, which is the 52-week low. So I just need to click on that block again, divide it by that, and it gives me 0.26. Now to put that in a percentage, now I just need to times that by 100, and it gives me the actual percentage. So what is that telling me? It's telling me that Standard Bank right now is 25% higher than its 52-week low. Okay, so again, that column I need to let myself know that is the percentage higher from low. Alright, so now I know that it's higher. So the same thing, I don't have to type that formula now in every time. I just drag it down. And it shows me all the respective companies, how much higher they are from their low. You can see Nedbank, for example, over here, is only 4% up from their 52-week low. So the share price is struggling, and it's got no momentum. Just by looking at how high it is from its low to show you how much it's rallied, or how much strength it's got. So I could go and cross-reference it, but before I go back to the technical chart, let's work out how much lower it is from its high, from its 52-week high. So I'm going to use the same formula, sum equals, open parenthesis, open my brackets, the starting value 176 minus 140. Okay, sorry, not minus 140. Starting value is 199. Okay, minus 176. Close my parenthesis. It's going to give me, it's 22 Rand down from its low. So I need to make my column that it's percentage low from high. Okay, but now it's not in the percentage, it's in rands. I haven't divided it by the starting value. So it's 22 Rand higher, we can see that. 52-week high is 199. Current price is 176. Just by simple math, by looking at it, it's not difficult. You can see that it is 22 Rand. Okay, 32 cents lower. Again, what is that in percentage? I need to now divide that okay, from the starting. So I've got my sum. You can see I click here. I've got L3 199 minus 176, and I need to now divide it by the starting value, and I just times that by 100 to get the percentage, and all I do is drag that down. You can see that it's brought up all the percentages and how low it is from its high. But now you can see it's a bit deceiving because it's telling me 11.2%. It's better if I have a negative sign there. So all I need to know is now click on that. I'm gonna take this sum away over here and just add a minus sign. And it's going to see that it's minus 11%. Drag it down. So now that I know that Standard Bank, alright, let me highlight it. Standard Bank is 11% lower than its 52-week high, but it's 25% higher from its 52-week low. Same thing. First Rand looks like there's a bit of momentum, 20% higher from its low of 56 Rand, and only 9% off from its 52-week high. So it gives you data. Alright, now the data, you can extrapolate it any way you want. You can form a bias and think, oh, that stock's going up, but it's meant to just help you. Now what you can do is, if you were into technical analysis, I don't want to deviate too much from the point, but let's go to, for example, let's use FSR, let's use First Rand. And I said to you, First Rand trades nicely in ranges. So what did I say? First Rand's high. Okay, let's go First Rand. First Rand's high was 74 Rand, 76. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to just move this line to 74 Rand, 76. That's more or less round about there. Okay, and its low is 56.80. 56.80. 56 round about there. So that's between the green lines is its high and its low. Now remember, it's only its 52-week high. Doesn't mean it's its highest point. As time passes, it loses 1 week, 1 week. 1 week goes forward, then it disregards the other weeks that happened before that. So it's just 52-week trailing high and 52-week trailing low. So in between my high and low, these green lines, the 52-week high, the 52-week low, it's showing me now visually where the share price is located. Now, would I buy now? I'm not sure. So this stock is not shouting to me buy right now. It might go forward and in the future and bounce off this level and rise, but we're not looking at the technicals. We're just looking at how you can use the data to bring to your technical analysis, plotting the high, plotting the low, and seeing visually where that share price is currently. The same thing you could do with Standard Bank. We'll just do that one more time with Standard Bank. So let's go to our spreadsheet again. Let's look at Standard Bank. The 52-week high is 199, so call it 200. Let's take a trend line here and let's put it by 200 right there. Let me use a horizontal line. 200. Okay, there we go. There it is there. That's its 52-week high. And its 52-week low was 140. So we go back there and look for 140, and that's about there. So currently, where is the share price? Visually, you can have a look. Same sell-off as FNB. You see how FNB and Standard Bank's charts both have this drop. So that drop is just telling you that it's not company related. It's it's like a market, it's a market sell-off across the board. It's not company specific. So if you were a long-term investor, then you would consider maybe adding to your position if that is the case. You can see Standard Bank has got a nice little graph going on, higher highs, lower low, higher lows. So as it's going, might test here and then start moving up, but it's hit its head right on that 52-week high. Okay, so you can use it for data like that. Again, the data, you would have to go and cross-reference the data to see if it's correct. So that's how you would bring up your watch list and how you can use it to aid you in your decision making. It can help you with investments, with trading, when you can find your correct entry, whether there's momentum. The thing I like about it too, that you can also add, you can add another column here where you can just write volume. All right, and then you just go back there, you look for the drop down in volume, and there we go, volume, you have 8 million, and there we go. You can see First Rand has 33 million. So First Rand is a very liquid stock, easy to get in and out of. There's high demand for the stock, people are buying and selling it. Same as Sibanye, it's very liquid. All right, that's now the volume that was traded. So when you go to trading, you would actually want to find stocks where you can get in and out quickly. There's liquidity, there's buyers, there's sellers, so you can get in and out. You're not going to go and invest in something that's illiquid. The price shoots up, but there's no one selling, there's no liquidity. You can't realize that profit. So you can use the data and you can follow certain things. You can pull up the average volume, and you can see that compared to that, the average volume, you can see again Sibanye and First Rand are two highly traded stocks. Okay, which makes sense, because if I go back to my old worksheet, you can see First Rand is in the top 10 companies. Sibanye not so, but it seems like people like to trade and buy and sell Sibanye. Alright, so what I will do is I'm going to make this worksheet downloadable for you. It should have all the formulas in already for you, so you just need to edit and replace and add, and again, practice, come back to this video, set up your own, which is highly recommended, and just keep practicing. Let me know what else you would like to see in the comments below, whether that's technical analysis, more what I've learned in Excel, what stock research you are interested in, and then we can take it from there. So I hope you found value in this video, and if you did, please like that button, subscribe, share the video, and I will see you in future videos. So from me, bye for now.